Hey, I'm Matt Munson. I'm a professional gaffer here in DFW. I went to film school, so I didn't know what else I could do. I always was never sure what I wanted to like actually major in when I went to college. Figured some kind of communications work. I did theater a lot in high school. Loved that. I liked the technical aspects a little bit more. Acting's a lot of fun, but I wasn't good at it, and it's not. There's no real jobs, and I knew there was some kind of like technically based jobs. Uh, in the more tech aspects of theater and filmmaking. So I went to TCU because we had toured that campus once. I thought it was really pretty and the people there were really nice. So ended up going there. I wanted to be a writer. I thought I was gonna be a writer for a long time. But I ended up doing some work just for in gaffing. That's kind of what I just fell into. It was kind of it suits my nature as technically minded, but also being creative. Creative is kind of nice side of being both creative and technically minded. So it's a nice blend for me, and I'm glad I found it. When I was at DCU, my senior year, I was looking for an internship, and I ended up with this company called Red Productions in Fort Worth. And they were looking for some, like, as an intern, they needed me to do more labor intense stuff, which instead of like doing like accounts and stuff, it ended up me doing stuff on set with DPs and directors and stuff. And we did a feature that summer called Searching for Sunny, and I ended up being on the movie with them, and I worked for the gaffer there as the best boy. It was a really small set. They were throwing all these people like me who had never been on a film set before in their lives with a seasoned gaffer from LA, who was just babysitting all of us, like showing us the ropes as we went, trying to make like $1 million picture out of like a really low amount of money. And so I was following this guy Jeff Powers around, who was a gaffer there, just watching him, learning from him, and I was really impressed by the way he worked. He was a really nice guy. He taught me a whole lot. And at the end of the thing, I was like, I want to do that. I want to do what he does. I want to be a gaffer. I want to light stuff. I don't want to be in charge of the whole picture, but I want to like have my signature, my stamp on each shot with lighting. So I kind of through that movie and through that internship, I ended up wanting to be a gaffer that way. Well, you don't know what a good labor experience is. You don't know what good hours are. You don't know how like, a nice overtime is and good crafty and good turnarounds. And when you're young and right out of college, like when you're 22, like I was, it was incredible because you're just excited to be on a movie, and that was it. And it was I learned a lot from it. I learned how to do like a lot of lighting tricks that I still use today. I learned a lot of the terms for like babies and seniors and that kind of stuff. And, like I learned how to run like a tow plant Jenny. The biggest thing I think we used a lot was book lights. So you take a 1.5 HMI, shoot it into a balance board, and shoot that through a diffusion of some type. I learned the hierarchy of how sets work. I went in there working like I knew the producers more than I knew anybody else. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know who I was supposed to report to or respond to. I was just like taking orders from all the producers and not my boss, who was the gaffer. And I was told sternly and yet kindly that that doesn't matter who tells you what to do. It's anything. If the director of photography or the gaffer doesn't tell you to do it, it's not your job. There's a hierarchy, and you have to follow that hierarchy on set. Otherwise, everything breaks down. So, yeah, you might want to go in there trying to help everybody out and be the go-to guy that everybody goes to, but you can't do that if you want the set to work, if you want your job, if you want your department to respect you too. The next feature I worked on was a movie called A Bad Idea Gone Wrong. And it's like kind of like a bottle episode movie. It all takes place in a house. These guys break into a house, trying to steal back this one guy's engagement ring. And when they're breaking into the house, they set the alarm on accident, and they lock themselves in the house, and they can't get out. So it's them trying to break out of a house the whole movie. It's this fun little comedy movie we did. Premiered at South by, which was really cool. So I could go down for that. But I was a gaffer on that, and it was a DP named Nathan Smith. He's a really nice dude. He's really easy to work with. He does a lot of work down in Austin. He's a great guy, great to collaborate. He was good at saying what he wanted. He'd just say, I want soft light from over here about this bright. I want a fill that's like really soft, and I want a really hard backlight. And I know where it'd be a good communication because he'd be able to tell me what he wants without having to tell me exactly like how to do it, which is nice to work with sometimes. Also, it's nice to work with people who know exactly what they want as well. But it's nice when people give you freedom to do your job the way you think you should do it. For a long time, I worked for a company where I was the entire in-house production team as far as like physical labor goes. So if there's a shoot that didn't have a real budget, I was camera operator, I was DIT, I was sound, I was DP, I was PA, I was kind of everything on the shoot, and that got me really worn out. So when I left, I decided I was just gonna do as much as I could just do gaffing, because that's what I enjoy. I feel like gaffing allows me to be creative enough without having my head on the line. Like, if it doesn't look good, it's the DP's fault. But if it does look good, hey, I mean, helps it look good. That's great. But other than that, like, you can get good rates for gaffing, and people respect you. It's pretty high up on the food chain on the set. So people let you do your job without trying to like really get into the minutia with you. And also, so I still take jobs like a camera operator every now and then in DP whenever I get calls, but I try to just do gaffing because I feel like it's better to pick a lane and stick to it than try to do every single thing at once. But mostly the jobs I do are, like I said, corporate kind of jobs, commercials, web videos, that kind of stuff. I'll do like narrative stuff every now and then. I do like a short film the other day, but it's usually short films don't have much of a budget. Oh man, get out while you can. It's a great job, and right now it's a great time to be in it because the content needs to be everywhere. Everybody needs videos for everything right now. I feel like most jobs that are STEM based are going to get taken over by computers, and the creative jobs are going to stay because we have to I don't know. We'll have automatic lights on drones eventually. I'm sure we will, but like right now, we're cheaper than robots. So don't quit hustling. Don't quit calling people. Don't call the same people over and over and annoy them. But like, just look for a new door every day and try to find it. Eventually, you'll find the right one. Be open and flexible to what you want to do in film. I know some people are like, I'm a writer. I'm only going to write, but that doesn't always pay the bills. If you want to work in this community, in this industry, and make money, you got to be flexible, which is not. It's pretty easy to do these days because there's so many great resources online to learn how to do this stuff. And most people, if you just call them and say, I want to be an intern for you or help out, they'll help you out. So I guess my advice is just be persistent and try to you'll find a way in it eventually. I think like if there's a feature coming into town or like a TV show, just find a way to be an intern on it or a PA and go from there, and then you start making inroads that way.